Hey everyone, my name is Nate. So I do like freelance 3D web development mostly. So when I'm not doing that, I'm usually playing around with shaders. And if I'm not doing that, I really like to make games. So games are like a big part of my life right now, especially because I get to play with my son, which is like the most fun part. And he's completely obsessed with Donkey Kong, like everything Donkey Kong. He has like 2 posters in his room and like all the lunchbox, backpack, you name it. Yeah, he got like everything. And he really likes to play like Donkey Kong Country, like the old one. And so we've been playing that and just having fun. I just wanted to say that. So today I wanted to talk about the game that I made called Balanc3d, and it's just made for the mobile phone specifically. And so I'm just gonna talk about like my experience of like building it and how it came about basically. So before I started it, I was working with like 3D web development with Three.js, and so the browser really gave me like a big advantage because first of all it's like open source, everything's open source, and the learning curve was pretty low because it's just mainly just JavaScript, and so Three.js makes it like really easy because you have these primitives, and I'll talk about that later. But the learning curve is pretty low because you're using JavaScript, and it's easy to publish because you're just posting it on the web, and it's just everyone can see it. So you don't have to deal with like app stores or anything like that. So which is pretty cool. So so it's a 10-level game. And it's like web-based, and the best experience is on mobile. But you can also play it with using like the arrow keys and WASD and stuff like that. So the gameplay looks like, so you have your mobile phone, and you have the ball, and you're supposed to roll it to the finish line. But you play it by tilting, and you avoid the obstacles that way. And so there's various different kinds of obstacles, and the gameplay gets harder as you go to level 10. So like this is what the design looked like. So it's a 10-level game, like as I said, and it was really fun, like drawing out all the different levels. And you can see my son helped me with some of this stuff. So I really didn't want to spend a lot of money on this project. I just wanted to like, just have it published and make like a game because I really wanted to make a game. And like the only thing I ended up spending money on was like on the domain to get it published. And it didn't take
Somebody's.
Oh, okay.
They're playing the game. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it basically took like 5 to 10 hours per week of development. With like that included like drawing it out and the development part in the UI and the debug. Actually, what was really cool is someone found like a really cool bug in it that makes you win like all the levels, and it was very like obscure.
Awesome.
So I kind of just left it there because it was just really cool. So to talk more about the development tools, so I use Three.js like I said. So it's a 3D JavaScript library, and it allows you to access the graphics pipeline through the browser, which is really cool. And Three.js is easy enough as it is, but also if you're using React 3 Fiber is a 3D renderer for a Three.js renderer for a React renderer for Three.js. And this just makes it everything even more easier because you're using components, you're just plugging things in. So to talk more about like the development process. So all the environment is made with using like box geometry. So you give it like a 3, X, Y, and Z, geometry, and then all the walls and all the floor is made with the box geometry. And I used like a 3D helper library for the 3D text in the game, and also directional lights with shadows, and a really cool physics library called React 3 Rapier, which is a physics library for with React and 3JS. And basically what you do is like if you have a certain object, if you give it like a value of fixed, it will be like the wall. So nothing is going to like be impacted by like force. And if you set a dynamic, like you can apply force on it, and like so it will be reactive and stuff like that. And also like there's the linear interpolation for the chase camera. And one really cool thing that I use is Zustand, which handles the global state for like the whole game. It tracks like the lives and how many lives left, where the ball is, and the loading status, and how the game is going and everything like that. So I had like 3 unique challenges like making this game. So I wanted to make it like more engaging for the player instead of like having to like push the buttons. So I wanted to use the gyroscope of the phone, and this gets like the device orientation of the phone. And so like based on how the phone is tilted, like I can give impulse to make the ball move, and also I can give it torque, so to make it spin. So based on the tilt of the phone, I can be able to do that using the device orientation. And the idea for that came when I was like making my website, and I was playing with these donuts, and like so when you hold the phone down, all the donuts will fall down, and
Cool.
And so I thought like maybe I can make a game out of this, So that's how the idea came about. The second unique challenge I had was the device orientation does not automatically work on all devices. So on Android it just works automatically, but on Apple it doesn't. And I didn't know this because I had an Android phone, and so I ended up testing it out on my wife's phone, and didn't work at all. So I used a library called Platform.js that checked the user platform for me, and then that made it really easy. So if it's Apple, it will ask you for permission, and if it's not, it will just start automatically. So the third unique challenge that I had that was hard, but was so phones go to sleep if you're not like tapping them. So if you're playing for a while, it'll just go black. So that takes the fun out of it. So I found this library called NoSleep.js, and that just keeps the phone on for you. I don't know. I think it's like making like some type of invisible interaction thing that makes the phone think that it is, still working. So after posting this, so I posted this on Hacker News, and I was like really surprised by the reaction, which is really awesome because I made top 10 for the day, and it was really nice. It was just like I wasn't expecting to make like any type of money or anything on it. It was just fun to make something and have people play it and say like, this is really cool, I really like it, and that just made it all worth it. So that was pretty cool. But I did frustrate a lot of people because like, if you use like 3 lives, and then once you use 3 lives, you have to start over from the beginning. Which is kind of like one of my favorite games when I was a kid. Was Dangerous Dave. Everybody play Dangerous Dave? But like it's like a 10-level game too, and like if you lose, you get to start over from the beginning, which is pretty cool. And these are the links of like where the repo for that game is posted, and that's the game if you wanted to play it. It's Balanc3dgame.com, and that's my website. And also, if you want to find me on Discord, you can find me there. And also, that's my email. And I'll let you take pictures. So this gets me to talking about like this. So I wanted to start like a Meetup group called Greenville Game Devs. So I wanted to make this new group to talk all about like game development, like in this area. And the reasons to join this group is because I want it to be completely inclusive. And so this could be for anyone interested in game development, like on any stage. Like if you've never touched game development before, or like if you're interested like slightly, or if you want to use any type of tool, or like at any skill level, like I said, I think it would be really open. So the purpose of it is like to discuss ideas, projects, like progress. If you're making like a certain like specific like thing that you want to show to someone, like this can be like a good place for to discuss that. And also like it could be fun for our community because like we can do like community game jams, and like explore different games, test games, and like you even like play games that that are like not like not a lot of people like know about, that are like unique. So yeah, so that's basically it.